Hey, what's going on, all my fellow sledders? So a couple days ago, we were heading up the hill on the highway. My sled was on the sled deck, and I must have forgotten to latch the side panel down all the way because it went pew, flying off the back. We looked, semi-truck, boom, runs it right over. Turned around, found it, picked it up. Luckily, the damage wasn't too bad. It's repairable, so I figured I would take you guys along with me as I fix that side panel, and thought it was a method that was pretty slick, pretty affordable, and I'd like to share with you guys. So let's go get this thing fixed up. All right, let's get to it. The two things that you're gonna need. Obviously, the first is going to be this plastic welder you can get on Amazon. I got this one for 42 bucks as a bestseller, but if you're on a budget, they've got this one right here, half the price, and from what I've seen on YouTube, it's also great, does the job. The other thing we're gonna need is some E6000 industrial adhesive. Now this stuff is awesome, and I'll tell you why. See that highlighted part right there? It's good down to -40, and that's keeping its elasticity, which is obviously what we're going to want with our sleds since we ride in cold temperatures, and their strength and flexibility. Now these are the tips that come with the gun. I recommend using that second one down, the S. It just seems to be the best. The more curves you have going across the crack, the more strength you're going to be putting back into that panel. And for those of you out there that are worried about these rusting out, did a little research, and these heat staples are actually a stainless steel, so that's awesome. I'll be sure to put links to all this stuff in the description below. But let's jump right in and start getting this panel fixed up. So this is before the accident. You can see my beautiful Amazon carbon fiber wrap I did myself. Turned out pretty slick. And then this is after it flew off and got ran over by a semi-truck. So it had definitely seen some better days. But we threw some duct tape on it, rode for the rest of the day, and now it's time to fix it permanently. Initially on this panel, I started out with the 90-degree staples since that's where the break was, but I decided to move to the curved staples because I just feel like those were going to give the panel a little bit more strength overall, so that's what I did right here. So I got my process kind of dialed in and just started cranking away here, being careful to not obviously burn through the panel and to the other side. One tip I would say is I learned to kind of let it cool off a little bit before trying to pull the gun out. Sometimes the staples would come out with the gun. Most of the time they slid out pretty easy, but it was worth just kind of keeping it there a couple seconds, blow on it, cool it off, and then pull it and start the next one. Then once you're all done, grab your snippers and snip them all down as close to the plastic as you can and move on to the next one. And it doesn't have to just be large cracks. I caught this little one here, grabbed just one little curly staple, heated it up, plugged her in, and good to go. Worked awesome. And now the last step is to take our E6000 adhesive here, and we're going to spread it over the freshly heat stapled crack. This is going to add a lot of strength, and that E6000 is also flexible, so it's great for these panels. But for me, this is my clutch side, so I wanted to make sure that it was also waterproof. I didn't want anything getting in there and causing the clutches to slip. Now this isn't a necessary step, but that E6000 glue is really cheap, and also why not just do what you can to make the panel as strong as possible. So I'm just laying a really thin bead over this crack because it is opened up a little bit, and then I'm going to give it a minute or two to dry off, and then I'm just going to tap it down with my finger and smooth it out. Well, and that's it. It's done. Well, almost done. I almost forgot the most important part. Got to get that back on there, baby, because we do our own stunts around here. And that is a wrap. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me some comments, and we'll see you guys out on the hill.